Will Vortex's Viper 10x42 binoculars hold up over 4 years of hard use? Well, today we're going to find out, so buckle up. Hi everybody, welcome to LocaCarnivore. Well, like we said, we're going to talk today about Vortex's Viper 10x42 binoculars. Now before we get rolling here any further, I got to let you know I don't have anything going with Vortex. I don't have any agreements with them, have no business relationship with them whatsoever. We are doing a long-term test on this. I like to get products in the field for quite a while before I do a review on them, just to see how they're going to hold up. I mean, you got all the shills out there that get the advanced copies of whatever, and they've got the video out, as soon as the product breaks, or as soon as the manufacturer allows the video producer to actually release that video per their agreement for getting the advanced samples. That's how this works in the YouTube land, folks. At any rate, I don't do that. This stuff I get on my own, and I like to put them through quite a bit of use before I come to you and tell you what I think of them and how they did. So that's what we're going to do today. Another thing we're going to do today is ask you to give us a big like on our video today. We'd appreciate that. Also, make sure you subscribe because we want you on the LocaCarnivore team. Don't forget to ring that notification bell so you don't miss any of our fantastic videos in the future. Let me give you a little bit of backstory on how I ended up with these things and why I chose them as opposed to anything else on the market. First of all, I had hunted for a long time with a big bulky set of 10x50s, and they're huge and they're heavy and everything, but they had one advantage and they're from a different manufacturer. They had the ability to adjust the zoom on the thing, the power of magnification, which was pretty good. You could almost use it as sort of a spotting scope because it went up to like 20 power, so it started at 10, went to 20 something. Anyway, I'm not going to belabor that, but suffice to say, it was really heavy and it got really tiresome to lug them around all the time. So I wanted a smaller, compact pair of binos, but I still wanted a good power and a reasonable field of view. Now, field of view is pretty much dictated by the magnification, so you have to kind of balance that out there. Yes, the size of the objective lens, it influences your ability to take in light, all that sort of stuff, but it really doesn't. People think that this objective, a bigger objective, gives you a bigger field of view. No, it's set up, field of view is determined by magnification. So I was thinking either 8 power or 10 power, and I decided to go with 10 power because it gives you much better ability to look into heavy cover and to spot things through heavy cover, especially when you're fairly close, like within 50, 60 yards. It really penetrates that cover better than 8 power. And it also gives you a better compromise, in my opinion. 8 power is good for kind of general glassing, I think, in most respects, but it doesn't give you that closer detail on far away things. The 10 power will bring that stuff in a little bit better. So if you're looking at an animal across a draw that's 1,000 yards away or something like that, you get a better idea without having to drag out a spotting scope of what that animal's all about and should you go after it, etc. with 10 power versus the 8 power. And the other thing is the 10 power is about as much magnification as most people can deal with holding the binoculars in their hands. Anything above that and you get a little bit of wobble, no matter how hard you try to hold them still. In fact, in my opinion, the harder you try to hold them still, the more wobbly they get. Now, the 42 objective size meant that I could get a reasonably compact pair of binoculars. I'm not too big on like the 28s and that sort of size. Yeah, they're very compact, but I find the glass quality typically on those, unless you want to spend a lot of money, is not very good, frankly. So the 42s give you really good light amplification. Now, I was looking at the Vortex products in the store, and I was thinking the Diamondback in the same size, 10x42, was a little lighter than the Viper. And I found the Viper to be, quite frankly, very superior optical quality to the Diamondback, even though the Diamondback was less expensive, which, that's what you're paying. That's where they're saving the money. The glass is not nearly as good. So I went with the Vipers as opposed to getting like the Razors or any of these, their top-end stuff. It was a compromise on price, quality, size, the whole thing. Let's show you a little closer look here. We're not going to do the standard tabletop thing, but just give you an idea of what these look like. They're pretty standard. They've got the rubber armoring on the outside and adjustable eye cups, which you would expect from any binoculars. Pardon me while I reach that. And you get a lens cover, of course, for the oculars. And then they have these tethered flip down covers for the objective. Sorry about the glare. And what I do for these, to be honest with you, is I just take them completely off when I go hunt. I find that when they dangle and stuff, they tend to knock on things. They can make noise, plus that's just movement. And anytime one of these critters, like a deer or something, sees movement, they get a little fussy about it. So I take these off typically, and then I just stick them on when I'm going to transport them or whatever. Here's the focus adjustment up on the top. There's no power adjustment, obviously, since they're fixed power. The lenses are coated. I found them to be very good. And so far they've been very scratch resistant. And the eye cups, I don't know if you can hear that. There, you hear that little bit of grittiness? Well, that's from me taking them on a pronghorn hunt a few years ago. And I was down to literally crawling along through the dirt and the grasses and stuff to get up on these little, to just peek over the edge of these little rolling hills was where I was hunting them. And so these got dragged through a lot of dirt and a lot of dust and rock and stuff. And they held up amazingly. I'm not sure, you know, there's sand in there. You can kind of hear them. I'm putting it by my mic so you can hear it. But you can hear that grittiness. I'm not sure how long that's going to affect the wear, or how that's going to affect the long-term wear on the eye cups, but so far I haven't had any problems. And so it's been, what, 3 years ago or so since I did that with these. And then of course they've been out in the elements. They've been in temperatures 0 Fahrenheit roughly, and then, you know, well up beyond there, you know, 70, 80 or whatever. It just depends on when I'm hunting and what I'm hunting. They're pretty standard stuff, you know, not too much to talk about here on this. Now the strap that I've got for it is actually one that I had to swap off of a different set of binoculars. They were the little super compact ones from Vortex. And the reason is, and I'll show you here in a minute, but I'll have to back the shot out, but I'll show you the reason for why I had to change that out. But before we get into that, and of course they come in this nifty box. Oops, upside down. No. And of course they come in a box. So rest assured you get a cardboard box. And inside that box, you know, you get the usual stuff that you would expect with optics, especially Vortex. They give you a lens cleaning cloth and all that sort of, give you a lens cleaning cloth and all that. And they do give you this very nice chest pack case. It's nice and padded and everything. And it's got a, I like the hook on this because it's really nice. It's quiet. It's just a little lanyard. And hooks under that hook so there's no noise, no Velcro snaps or anything like that. And it opens up wide. And then of course you get the harness so you can wear it on your chest, which, there you go. I'm not a big fan of. In fact, I don't do this because I've got a chest rig on. I'll show you a quick footage of that. But it's because I hunt in bear country, and so I have a chest rig with my handgun and bear spray and various accoutrements there. Now it comes with one, I don't have it right here to show it to you, but it's got a nice padded, curved, wonderful pad on it for around your neck and all this sort of stuff. But like I said, I don't wear my binos either in the little chest pack or just dangling from my neck. So what I do instead is I needed one that was longer, because what I do is I put them over my shoulder. This is the thing I picked up in a video from an African professional hunter, a PH, a long time ago, that to put them over diagonally so they're resting along your side, because what you can do then is you can quickly bring them up with your offhand while still controlling your rifle or whatever you might have for a quick look, especially if you're scanning in really thick timber or thick cover or something like that. All right, I'm going to run down the things that I liked about the Viper 10x42 binoculars from Vortex, and then I'll run down the things that I didn't like. But before I run into that, please, we do need your support. We have a Patreon. We would appreciate your help with that. Links down in the description. Go and show us a little love while you're at it. If you want more content and want to support us further, you could go over to our website, LocaCarnivore.com. Again, links in the description. And while you are there, please click on the little tab at the top of the screen that says Store. And that way you can get some really nice LocaCarnivore merchandise, great gift ideas, impress your friends, impress your neighbors. Things I liked about the Viper 10x42s. First of all, I found the optical quality very good for the price I paid for them. And for what the price is, it is much better than the next step down in the Vortex line, so the Diamondbacks. And is it as good as, you pick your favorite ultimate top-end Richie Rich European glass, and is it that good? No, not even close. But it is very good. And I found, especially in low light, they surprised me. I was not expecting a lot out of these in low light. But I found that their color transmission stays very good and very crisp. You can really get color definition, which is what you need when you're trying to figure out if that fuzzy brown kind of blotch in the middle of all that cover or out in that field, is that a deer or is that a rock or is that a deadfall tree or what exactly is that? So far, they've held up. They've been extremely durable. That's another thing I like about these. Like I said, I dragged them through all that dirt and rock and stuff and everything hunting pronghorn, and it didn't even phase them. The lenses are not scratched yet. A little bit of lens cleaner in there and an optically friendly cloth or something to wipe them down, and they're good to go. And you can wipe them off in the field, just give them the old kind of thing on the lens and take the lens cloth on them and everything, and they're good to go. No scratching that I've been able to detect. So they've been really good in that respect. They have been bumped around and knocked around a bit. So far, I haven't, like dropped them or something. And no, I'm not going to go out on a cliff and toss them off a cliff for you people. I'm sorry. I need these. These are very important for me. And yeah, Vortex would probably replace them under their basically no questions asked warranty. But I don't want to push the envelope. And like I said, I need to have these binos because I rely on them. I've also found the size quite good. It's a really good size. You can get your hands on them. The eye cups are really good. They're very comfortable. Again, the focus, they're a little touchy on focus. You got to get just the right spot, and then you think you're there, and you got to play with it just a little bit. But they do come in relatively well, but they're kind of touchy. Fortunately, the wheel has a good amount of drag to it, has a good feel to it, and they don't bump off focus very easily. And they've got that, almost ironclad Vortex warranty behind them. I've yet to hear of anybody getting denied on a Vortex claim, but I'm sure there's somebody out there that may have had better luck or whatever. Which brings me to my point of, what do you think of these? Do you use these 10x42 Vipers, or do you use other Vortex binoculars? Go ahead down in the comments, let us know. We'd love to hear your story. And while you're at it, don't forget to share the video. We appreciate that. All right, moving into the things that I don't like. Well, let's be honest, I already sort of touched at them. The weight. Again, I think these could and perhaps should be a little bit lighter. I'm thinking for the money, they couldn't have maybe, got another ounce or 2 or 3 out of the design and save some weight there. And again, like I said, I'm not completely satisfied with the absolute limit low light light transmission with these things. However, in the rest of the envelope, they're really good. As far as the rest of the day, they're really good. But it's that last little bit of fading light, those last 10, maybe 5 minutes of legal, especially if it's already overcast or something. Like I said, it can be not as crisp as I would like it to be. However, I'm willing to put up with it given, what they cost. So that's not a bad deal. The other thing I don't like, again, was the shoulder strap was too short. That it comes with, so I had to improvise and put a different strap on here. And I'm not sold on these Jim Crack objective lens covers. And then otherwise, I just don't have very many complaints about these. They've been extremely good, and like I said, I've used the snot out of them for 4 years, roughly 4 years now, and they just have not quit on me. So I'm really happy in that respect. Overall, I would give this a big thumbs up. I would say these are good for the price, and I do like them, but with some small caveats. So there you go. Well, I hope you found the video interesting. Hope you learned something and got some valuable information about this particular pair of binoculars. As always, we appreciate you spending your time here with us at the LocaCarnivore. We know your time is valuable. And don't forget, always insist upon facts. Thanks for watching.